Today, Tony Locantro's top stock picks for 2020. Hello again, it's Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Welcome to our latest post covering finance and prop news with a distinctively Australian flavour. This is a rather different post because I've asked Tony to share some thoughts with us as to the stocks that he's looking at and he thinks may be good value next year. Now, financial advice is not something that we do on the DFA channel, but of course Tony is a qualified advisor and investment manager, and I thought it would be quite interesting to get his thoughts as to what is going on and where deals might be made. So, Tony, tell us a little bit about your top picks for 2020.
No, I've been advising on speculative shares since 1998. Often I get accused of advertising this segment. I don't care. I'm giving away my best intellectual property. If people want to take it or leave it, it doesn't worry me. Now, I actually was MC at a gold conference a few weeks ago, and I saw a talk from Egon von Greyerz. He has the largest private gold vault in the Swiss Alps, and he's a very, very sensible man. He made one call saying that the value of one's house in Australia will lose 95% of its value relative to gold. I think viewers should go away and think about that. And so based on that, I'm a huge fan of silver. I think silver is probably the best precious metal / commodity you can buy. Why? Because it can be easily pushed in a northeasterly direction and it won't take much to move the silver price. So what I'm saying to my clients and what I'm going to do for my son is say, look, every month have money taken out of your account and buy silver with a Perth Mint account, and then when it increases eventually 400 to 500%, sell it. And interestingly, I look back through time and noted that in around 1970, 700 ounces of gold would buy you a median house in Australia. 700 ounces of gold now at about 2,150 Aussie an ounce would buy you a knockdown in the beautiful suburb of Campsie. So gold has maintained its purchasing power. So again, I'd suggest a mixture of gold and silver, but you've got to be prepared to dollar cost average. Now, both these commodities have around 6,000 years of history, which is a lot of history. Of course, Bitcoin, it's a punt. You know, at this conference on the Saturday, we had the people in T-shirts, which has taken over from the advertising industry, like Todd Sampson's maybe sold all his T-shirts. And these guys wear linen jackets now. And they tell us about cryptos, but most 90% plus of these ICOs went to zero. Most of it will go to zero. They spoke about supercomputers, all that shit. Really, it's a punt. If you want to punt Bitcoin, it's all driven by technicals. There's nothing really to back it except fear of the US dollar and fear of whatever these guys are scared of. So gold, silver, take the punt. But what I do in the stock market is I ignore all the noise and just focus on small companies that with a chance of becoming bigger ones. So here I am about to reveal my top stocks for next year, Martin. As I say to people, you're most welcome to take this information, do what you want, bag the crap out of me in the comments section. I don't care, but it's like buying a car. If you don't service it, it doesn't get looked after. These are stocks. I have lots of deals in between these stocks. I'm happy to take on clients. I'm happy to come and meet you if possible. I mean, there's my ad. Anyway, now let's look at some small stocks that could become bigger ones. My first pick is a company called Minotaur Exploration. They're trading around 5 cents. This is the geological team that found Prominent Hill in 2001. This company has a resource in Queensland and they are financially funded by Oz Minerals. They have a production agreement in South Australia to produce kaolin and halloysite industrial minerals, and they're out there looking for another big mine. So I think around 5 cents, that's one of the most undervalued resource companies you can buy. I own this stock personally. My second pick is Red Metal, code RDM. They're trading at 13 cents. I'm as full as a public hospital in this stock, Martin. Now, they are backed by Oz Minerals. Oz Minerals are throwing $8 million at them over 2 years. They're currently drilling 3 holes in the Nullarbor Plain of Australia where they've outpegged BHP, they've outpegged Rio. Directors own bucket loads of this stock. So you buy this stock when it's cheap till one day it isn't. My third pick is Proteomics. Proteomics have developed a diabetic chronic kidney disease test that predicts the onset of this disease years before it happens. Now, they've just signed a collaboration with Janssen, who are part of Johnson & Johnson. I must disclose, I just raised this company. I was part of a $3 million raise at 28 cents per share. They have joint venture agreements in Mexico and other countries, and this test could become the companion benchmark with kidney disease. So this is an enormous opportunity. The stock's trading around 32, 33 cents. Now, our shares we've got at 28 cents will come out over the next few days, so that it might fall back to 30, but I think this has huge potential. So Proteomics, code PIQ. Interestingly, they have a protein testing lab in WA where they actually test the proteins of the A2 milk. So just another facet to it. My next stock is Adalta, code 1AD. They're into fibrosis, looking at fibrosis of the lungs. This is based on a shark antibody. This company's trading around 12 cents. I've been buying a lot of stock on market personally and for clients. They'll be in the clinic early next year, and they have a joint venture alliance with GE Healthcare to look at the antibodies. So huge opportunity. The CEO, Samantha Kopp, actually resigned, and it's caused the stock to be down 60%. So a buying opportunity. The next one is Dimerix, code DXB. They have a kidney drug called DMX 200, which is phase 1 trial results were bloody fantastic. They also are looking at DMX 700 for other diseases. So this could become a companion to Proteomics' chronic kidney disease test. So these are way undervalued, a nice buy around 12 cents. My next buy is a company called Exopharm, which I floated. EX1 is the code. They're around 37 cents. They are based on exosomes, which is part of a cell that we believe could do the work that stem cells don't. So this is run by a gentleman called Dr. Ian Dixon, who's probably one of the sharpest minds in the biotech industry I know. So exosomes, look that up. I think it's an exciting area of medicine and will be used to treat osteoarthritis, potentially in wounds, and dry macular degeneration, which there's no treatment for. So to me, that is new, maybe a couple of years before its time, but I certainly love that stock, and I'm the 4th largest shareholder, Martin, just to disclose that. Now, my next venture, I'm actually floating a company called Narada Inc. Now, they have a cholesterol inhibitor. As you know, statins don't work for everyone, and statins, everyone just prescribes them. Cholesterol is a huge issue. They're going to try and develop a pill that you take in conjunction with a statin that's already shown to reduce cholesterol by 40 to 60% in mice. Now, that cholesterol inhibitor was generated by Dr. Ian Dixon, so I'll be assisting them to raise $8 million over the next few weeks. So I'm going to be very busy. But that's what I do, Martin. I like to raise companies' money at the bottom and generate opportunities for my clients, and I don't really care about the noise, because what I've seen is the big companies of today were small companies, and they always fly through volatility. Like, some people ask, well, what's a house price correction going to do to speculative stocks? What I think, honestly, is it's going to cause more people to go and punt and listen to tips from their Ola, Uber, Diddy driver who has no idea. And I think you're going to see lots of scams, lots of lotteries, lots of people buying rubbish stocks because there's no other way to make money. So anyway, I'll just give a couple of more. very quickly. Eagle Mountain Mining, code EM2. They're around 17 cents. This is run by Charles Bass, who formed Eagle Mining and Aquila. Aquila went from 20 cents to about $12. Top shelf management. A lot of their projects are in Arizona, which is a very friendly jurisdiction. And I believe it was the subject of discussion with Joe Walker about 1 year, how prices went up 40%. I think it was at 2004 or something. Yeah, that's just absolutely ridiculous. Now, for those looking for a stock around 1 cent, I think Metalbank at 1.1, code is MBK. They have 3 large projects in North Queensland. They're all after multi-million ounce gold resources. It's chaired by Innes Scotland. Innes ran Citadel, which got taken over for 1.2 billion. So anyway, I like to focus on individual companies. A lot of your viewers would have no idea what I'm doing with these, how I do it. I've been doing it 21 years. But I don't go into someone that's trading Tag Heuer watches or Rolex and tell them that they're wrong, or tell someone that's trading art generated by a 2-year-old that they're wrong. I have a thorough understanding of this market. I'm happy to put my backside on the line, and their stocks viewers that they're interested in giving just a small amount of their wealth. I'm not saying 5-10% tops, but to have a go, because where else are you going to make money, Mark?
Yeah, well, Tony, it's certainly true that trying to find the right solutions for wealth creation is tough at the moment. So I think those are very interesting ideas, and we'll put your contact details in the comments below. And just to reiterate, DFA doesn't give financial advice. We're not recommending these, but the point is that Tony is a qualified financial advisor and trader and all those things. So basically, his thoughts, I think, are worth pursuing. He's got a track record, and he's willing to engage. So, what have you got to lose?
Yeah, I think we've just come off 3 of my most successful deals in my career, actually. I had a little copper explorer in Victoria that drilled into an intersection which contained 40% copper, believe it or not. So it went 15 cents to $1.40 in quick time. So I've had some kids that are 6. One guy made 7 figures. Now, I've had 2 big discoveries with the same guy, geologist. It's not a fluke. I researched the crap out of this. Nothing goes in a straight line. Share prices move because people wake up in a bad mood. People, retail investors are too jumpy. They always fear that someone knows something. That's not true. But I just think that, if prices in Sydney and Melbourne houses can expand like the Nikkei did in the late 80s, the Australian stock market at some point is going to get flooded with liquidity. And I just think what was a casino is going to become an absolute riot. But happy to share my insights. As I said, I'm controversial. I like to polarize people, Martin, but more times than not, I'm right. And this time I hope I'm right.
Well, we'll chat back, in a few months and years and see what happened. But look, I think that's been a really interesting conversation, and for many people, they won't have been thinking about those particular angles. So, thank you for your time, thank you for your suggestions and for your experience. And as I say, we'll put the comments in the comments below, your contact details, so people can reach you if they want to pursue the conversation. Appreciate your time, Tony.
Much appreciated. Thanks, Martin.
Thanks. Take care. So there you have it. Tony's top picks for 2020. And if you want to go talk to him further, his contact details are below. I'm Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week.